Will you please welcome to the stage Adam Vincent. Thanks, Rosie. That's cool, man. Hello, everybody. Hello. You guys all cool? Yeah, good.
Yes.
Did that song piss you off so much you had to leave? Oh, you okay? Oh, I understand that. Yeah, no, the fire exit's just there if it ever gets bad. Okay. I tell people that they got to be serious, like it might be fine, but I've got no pyrotechnics in the show. And now you're all thinking about fire. Fuck, it's the worst thing I could have done. It's the worst way to start a show. You all well? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for joining me in a very claustrophobic room. It is. I mean, the only way you can really describe this is that Fritzl's fucked down. That's pretty much that's where we're at right now. I really wanted to work in this great venue, and I came in and I was like, fucking hell, people have been killed in this joint. I've even got the pole. I reckon they sacrifice a virgin once a month. They tie her up. And they go, do it! They scare her and they kill her. Then they take out the blood and inject it into the Queen's hip. She lives for another 3 months. That's my little test for the audience to see how the show's going to go. I think we'll be all right. We'll be okay. You okay over there? Got a little profile there. Got my big fat ass there. Yeah, that's good. I hope you like it. Been working on it for 40 years. Thank you. This is my favourite moment of the show. The only way I can describe what's going on for me right now is, you know when you go to a friend's house and you haven't seen that friend in a while, and then they take you to their friend's place, who you don't know, you get there, and then your friend leaves. That's exactly what I'm at right now. I'll go first. It's going to take about an hour. Okay, so I've changed a bit as a person. I've turned 40 recently, and I've decided I want to start wearing a suit because I want people to think I'm successful. Yeah, either a suit or a cape. I just think a cape represents a level of success I can't quite reach. You know what I mean? I mean, I can feign chivalry, but I'm just not very good at flying, even on planes. My face dries up, my toes get itchy, and I miss my parents. So, that is the subtlety of some of the comedy, so if you could all jump on board, that'd be amazing. You're not going to learn anything from this show. I'm not going to change the world with it. I'm a pretty simple guy doing some pretty simple stand-up. You know, I'm such a simple dude. All I really want from life, and this is true, is the occasional thank you, genuine interest, and the courage to partake in an orgy. That's pretty much... There we go. Ideally, I'd like those things in the reverse order, of course. I mean, you want your orgy, yes. You'd like some genuine interest. And who doesn't want to thank you? We're just in an orgy. But my orgy days are done, I'm afraid. I'm married. I've got a deep belief that I just don't want anyone else to shag my wife. Call me crazy, you know? And you can't go to an orgy by yourself, can you? Oh no, you cannot. I mean, you can, but it's a bit like going to a dinner party without a bottle of wine. You can do it, but you're going to have to bring some pretty mean dip. And I don't have the hummus. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So this show is called How Not to Kill Yourself When Living in the Suburbs, because I think there are people who live in the suburbs who want to kill themselves, and I think they're my market. So you've got to get in quick with these people. They tend not to stick around. No point asking them to sign up to a mailing list. By round of applause, who lives in the suburbs here? Yeah. More and more coming in. Yeah. The rest of you can laugh at our pain. It's pretty tough out there in the burbs. Oh man, Jesus H. The old fucking burbs. It's hard for me too because I'm Australian, right? I'm Australian and I live in the UK. And you know what? Don't want to. Don't want to live in the UK, but my wife, she's English and Australian. She's currently going through her English phase. So we live in England. I'd argue with her, but she has all the money. And the vagina. occasionally she'll give me access to at least one of those things. I'm not completely downtrodden as a man. I do get a say around the house, but I'm a bit like Fiji at a climate change meeting. You know? No one really gives a fuck what I actually think. What's that, Fiji? That's my life. We live in a town called Bedford, which I quite like. Bedford over there, yeah. But the funny thing is, when I say I live in Bedford, people react like I'm trying to put my penis near their ear. Bedford! Bedford! You left Australia for Bedford? And quite often these are people actually from Bedford. Low self-esteem. Self-esteem. It's a quirky joint, Bedford. 2 years ago, Bedford was voted the most generous town in the UK. Same year, the most depressed. That's why I like it. You never know what you're going to get in Bedford. Could be someone helping you with the groceries. Could be someone falling on you from a building. It's that kind of town. I wanted to move to a busy town. I originally wanted to move to London, because that's where all the action is. You know, and I'll work in London 3 days a week, and that's when I've got to put up with my London mates telling me about how amazing their weekend in London was. It shits me. They're always like, "Hey Adam, sit down, mate. I'm going to tell you about my weekend. It's going to blow your fucking mind. We found a bar that lets you drink and throw an axe against a wall. Everyone gets a booth, and you can just drink as much as you like. You get an axe, you can just pip it against a wall like a giant dartboard. There, it's like darts, but with an axe, mate. Gotta go, mate." After there, we went to a place called Virtual Food, where you get a 3D headset, right, and a bolt gun. You're walking around in a 3D world. You find an animal, bam! You shoot the animal. 10 minutes later, the actual animal is on your fucking plate, mate. You've got to go to Virtual Food. Whilst there, we got a text from Messer. He's at a new joint called Donkey Kong. "Oh, Adam, got to go to Donkey Kong. It's 10 stories high. You start on the ground floor. You've got to work your way up to the top floor. But here's where it gets tricky. People dress up in monkey suits and throw vodka at you." Oh, what a weekend. Almost made it to the top too, but I passed out. Woke up in the London Eye. Shits me, you know? And this is when I get cheeky. "How was your weekend, mate?" That was my weekend. I cried whilst having a poo, mate. That was my weekend. No, sit down, let me tell you about it. It's going to blow your fucking mind, right? We went to the park. Have you been to the park? Haven't fucking lived, mate. Haven't lived. Fucking grass and desperation. There it is. Put my daughter on the swing. Deli's on the swing. I'm just pushing her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until ironically you want to throw an axe against a wall, right? Then Hugo's on the seesaw and it's up and down, up and down, up and down. And so I almost reached this zen point, right? But as I'm about to reach enlightenment, Deli goes, "I need to pee. Have you been to I need to pee, mate? Haven't fucking lived, right?" One of your kids does not want to leave the park. So they're on this shoulder, kicking and screaming. The other one's on the other shoulder and could piss at any moment. You try and find a toilet. You find one, but then you realise you need change to get into that toilet. Do you have change? Of course you fucking don't. Right. So now you've got to take your daughter behind a bush, pull down her pants, and hope like help people realise she's actually your daughter. And I don't know what it is about Deli, but she's got some kind of weird wonky vagina, so she's pissing in my foot. Have you had kids piss in your foot, mate? I haven't fucking lived. Right, anyway. And that's when I realised I can't find Hugo. So now I'm like, "Hugo, where are you? Hugo! Hugo!" And I've inadvertently turned my daughter into some kind of weird pissing water pistol. "Hugo! Hugo!" Then I find him over there, he's stuck on the fucking seesaws because he can't get off the gear, right? He's back on this shoulder kicking and screaming. Deli's on this shoulder pissing down my top. I struggle to get home. We get home, I clean them up. They watch Frozen for the 100th time. Nikki comes in from doing the grocery shopping, and what did I do? Oh, that's right, wiped my ass with toilet paper saturated in my own fucking tears, mate. Thank you. That was my weekend. That was my weekend. And you know what I blame? I blame the education system. I do, because the education system will teach you how to get to the suburbs. It doesn't teach you what to do when you're there, does it? It doesn't teach you how to cope. Remember getting that maths equation from your maths teacher, that stupid question? So Sally's travelling on a train for 60 miles an hour. She's on the train for 3 hours. She's on the way to Edinburgh. How far has Sally travelled? Remember saying to your maths teacher, this is going to affect my fucking life. You know, you get cross and they make you feel like a fool for questioning it. And you weren't. You were smart. Because it's not realistic maths. You know, it's not realistic maths that's going to affect your life. The equation should have been, if Sally's travelling on a train for 60 miles an hour and the majority of her journey is made up with tears, how long before Sally realises her boyfriend is an asshole? Realistic maths, you know? The answer, of course, is 10 years, 2 kids, and a pretty nasty divorce. Realistic maths, you know? Kate has a cat, John has 2 dogs. Doesn't make up for the fact they can't have children. Realistic maths. Graham's pretty sure his wife doesn't love him anymore. It costs Graham £30,000 a year to convince his neighbours he's in a happy marriage. Unfortunately, after tax and a well-hidden drinking habit, Graham only brings home £27,000 a year. His wife, despite claiming she's a staunch feminist, would like to replace a perfectly workable kitchen. His daughter would like a new bike. Son would like a new dog. How many monthly payments before Graham snaps and fakes his own death? Realistic maths. The answer to that one is 3 months ago. He's in Rio somewhere. No one's going to find him. Because things happen in the burbs that you're not sure of, that you can't deal with, you know, because your education system didn't teach you. This next story is 100% true. Our house got broken into by the Bedford burglar. There's a burglar out there in Bedford breaking in, right? Our house got done. No one knows who they are, of course. But they're the Bedford burglar. We went away for a weekend, came home, all our stuff strewn across the floor, all our drawers pulled out, things tipped over. It was horrible. Nikki's scared, you know, my kids are crying, I'm livid. But I know I've got to step up. I've got to lead this family out of the crisis. So I say to them in the lounge room, I say, guys, we've still got our health. Okay, we've got our health, we have a roof over our heads. We love each other. You know, let's think of the poor person whose life was so bad and so desperate they had to risk their lives and jail time to break in. Let's try and help those people of the world from now on, okay? And as I'm saying that, I think this is a cracking dad speech. You are smacking this out of the park, right? And as a family unit, we started putting the stuff back on our shelves, right? I felt good about it. But it was about 2 hours later when we realised that the Bedford burglar hadn't actually stolen anything. Do you know how fucking humiliating it is when some crackhead cunt breaks into your house, goes through your worldly possessions, looks around and goes, no. No, there's nothing here for my crackhead cunt lifestyle. No. I'm better off sucking off old men behind a pump for cash than I am taking anything in this house. That plays with your psyche, man. That messes with you mentally. I said to Nikki the other day, I said, honey, what do you want for your birthday? She's like, I don't know, Adam. Something that'll impress a junkie? You think you can swing that one, dickhead? You got that in you? You know, maybe some earrings shiny enough to get the attention of someone who lives in a bin? My kid's like, Dad, we need a TV with a decent resale value. Fucking hell, I can't win here. The neighbours across the street got done as well. Of course, they can't help. I took our jewellery. All my silverware's gone. My kids' iPads are missing. All right, enough with the humble bragging, okay? I get it. My kids' iPads are missing too. I never had any iPads, but they're missing. As far as they're concerned, they were going to get some of the Bedford burglar ruined Christmas. Dad's a good guy. Hardcore, isn't it? I can't keep up with the Joneses. I can't even keep up with the fucking junkies. You know what I mean? How bad my life is. To be judged like that, how harsh. You know what it is? It's karma for all the times I've been judgmental. By round of applause, who here is judgmental? Thank you. Honest please. Yeah. I love it, man. I feel bad about how good judging people makes me feel. I do. It's like I get a euphoric high every time I see a fat guy eating an ice cream. Look at that fucking loser. Look at that loser. Oh my God, say what you want about me, but I'm not that guy. You know, the guy with an ice cream in his hand and a smile on his face. That is not me. What a prick. Judge weirdly too. I can't help but judge cab drivers. Whenever I get in the back of a cab, I don't know if you do this, but when you're in the back of the cab, you get that smug feeling like, my life's going all right. Someone's driving me around. You ever feel like that? My life's doing okay. Like I've set the bar at a cab driver. You know, that's my life, mate, cab driver. I'm doing all right. No, it comes to 5:10, make it 6, mate. You know how it works. You get the change, I get the smug, feel-good vibe. I'm doing all right. Ever tip the cab too much? Comes to 7:20, make it 10, mate. What the fuck are you doing at it? Your kids need shoes, for Christ's sake. Always comes back to bite you in the arse the next morning. You'll be go to the corner store to get milk and bread, and you'll be exactly £2.80 short. Fucking cab driver, damn it, Jesus H. Now you've got to pay by card, and there's a £5 minimum because Bedford's in love with the Times. I've got a bounty bar. I haven't had a cornetto in years. I've got to get a cornetto. Meanwhile, there's a line of people behind you, all going, oh my God, look at this indecisive prick. Say what you want about me, but I'm not that arsehole. We shouldn't feel bad about the judgment. It's how we evolved from monkey to human. Whole part of our brain just dedicated to judging risk. And are these berries poisonous? Can I cross that river? Does she love me for me, my river crossing, berry picking skills? Do I care? I used to be a monkey, right? That part of our brain is still there, it's just bored now, right? Because technology's taken all the risk away. Like when I reverse my car, if I get within half a metre of a leaf, a siren goes off. Makes me sound like I'm reversing over nuclear waste. It's like, hang on, the hazard lights come on, the windscreen wipers, you're a fucking loser, you're a loser, you're a loser. And I end up with post-traumatic stress syndrome just trying to park in Little. Remember the good old days when you couldn't judge the distance and some old bloke would just pop out of nowhere? It's like, the better he was, the less fingers he used. Get a good one, he starts working the other side of the street. He's out of a job now. Technology killed that man. Stuck in a nursing home just trying to get the tea trolley back into place. The nurses don't know his history, they just think he's being rude. You're being rude, Frank! Dirty old man. Poor guy. It's technology. My toothbrush vibrates to let me know it's time to stop brushing your teeth. When did that become a problem? I mean, really, were people just brushing themselves to death? Couldn't figure it out? You know, the police would rock up at a crime scene, there'd be a forehead on a pair of slippers. Oh, it's the fourth forehead this week, Frank. This is a real epidemic here, mate. This is pretty bad. You know, the tragedy is we're not going to be able to identify the body. There's no dental records. You can see by the raised eyebrows, this guy did not see it coming. Yeah, Johnny, no, not the body bag, mate, the sandwich bag. Yeah, another one. Can you believe it? Thanks, mate. Sometimes you've got to see a scene through. We're getting lazy. We're getting lazy. Pretty soon we're just going to be too tired to chew. I can feel it. It's happening. People are going, you know, what couldn't be fucked chewing? You're going to see adverts online for pre-chewed food. You will. You see adverts like, are you tired of the daily grind? Fuck off. Finding life hard to swallow? Well, why don't you try pre-chewed food? One click of the button and before you can say, what happened to my life? A giant bird will knock on your door and beat the food into your well-rested jaw. Oh! 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 Thanks, Big Bird. Sorry CGI ruined your career. And we do two things with judgment. We either, if we don't actually live in a world of risk, we either become arseholes, we judge people, or we create problems that aren't even there. Right? That's what I tend to do sometimes. Like Nikki and I went on holiday to South Spain. First time with no kids, right? It should have been an amazing time. We're on this beautiful apartment, there's a balcony, there's a pool down there. And I reckon I spent the first day and a half of that holiday wondering if there was a fire, would I be able to make the distance from the balcony to the pool? Yeah, I could probably do that. Need to run up that, I could do it. Put some sneakers on. But Nikki is not going to make the distance. Could I stay with her if she was a burns victim? First degree maybe, but definitely not third. Let's be realistic. This is like below the knee. Alright, let's not ruin the holiday, let's keep it tidy. Let's just say she dies in the fire, right? She dies outright in the fire. How long before I can cash in on the pity sex? 3 months. Sounds about 3 months. Have to grow a beard though. Can't have your wife die tragically in a fire and not grow a beard. People think you did it. That's where your psychos go wrong. I don't know if you've seen that documentary, The Jinx. 3 people close to him died, didn't grow a beard, guilty as fuck. Right? O.J. Simpson, ex-wife, horribly murdered, didn't grow a beard, guilty. My favourite Oscar Pistorius. You can't shoot your girlfriend through a door and not grow a beard. No? You can't claim it was an accident. You can't be like, oh God! What have I done? It's all my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Fuck off, Oscar. First day clean shaven in court. Guilty as fuck. I knew it. You know what I mean? Even Hitler left a little room for remorse. Alright, that's phase 1 of the show complete. You're doing okay. How big are the cups here? They're intimidating. Anyway. Okay, here we go, phase 2. You ever wish there was a disease that justified all of your faults? You know what I mean? Isn't that the golden ticket we're all looking for? You know, the diagnosis, the medical diagnosis where the doctor goes, hey, all this, not your fault. That's what we want. It's the new black. Fuck, I want that. Now, like, I'm a really bad speller. I nearly cried the day I found out I wasn't dyslexic. Fuck. I mean, I'm just an idiot. Damn it. Got a mate back home in Australia. His name's Steve. Now, Steve's what they call a no-hoper. He has no hope in life, right? We had a chat, we said, mate, we had to look for hope. There's no hope for you. You're a no-hoper. Right? I love him, one of my best friends, don't get me wrong. He's a total loser, though. Now, I'm going to tell you this story now. Some of you are going to really love it, and other people are not going to get what I'm talking about. Steve came to visit us in Bedford, right? Now, picture this situation. I'm out having breakfast with Nikki and the kids. We always have a lovely breakfast in the morning. Right? Steve comes down in a dressing gown. He's got a laptop in one hand, some toilet paper in the other, right? And with no shame on his face says, hey, Adam, can you help me with the internet settings on the computer? No, Steve, no, I can't, mate. There's a fucking ban for a reason. Can you close that fucking road too, mate? Kids will not need to see that whilst they eat their porridge. No hope. But I love him, and he's a very good friend. Like when I was in my 20s, I was quite, borderline suicidal. Nothing happened. Obviously, I'm here. It's all cool. But like all good friends, Steve checks in on me. Right? He says when it was last year, he says, so Adam, you still having those dark thoughts? And I said, no, mate, I'm not, because I love myself a whole lot more than I used to. I've got 2 beautiful kids, and I love them so much I could, I just can't. And I read statistically that if a man kills himself or a dad kills himself, the son will go on to repeat the same tragedy. And I just can't have that in my life. I can't do it. And without really missing a beat, Steve looks at me and goes, "We could always make it look like an accident, mate." What a fucking legend. And he makes you think. Oh gosh, wow. Yeah, man. Problem with Steve is, right, he's just been diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, so now Steve's walking around going, "It's not my fault, I've got ADD. I'm like, fuck, I wish I had one. Like, he's so bad. He came to our house, right, and he's at our house, he's like 3 weeks into a 2-night stay, right, so he's getting on our nerves, right, and he said, "Hey Adam, I want to start chipping in around the house, I'm going to go and get some food from the shops. Can I borrow 50 quid? Fuck Steve, alright mate, here's 50 fucking quid. I'll give him the money. He's gone 4 hours. 4 hours later comes back with a cheesecake and a pair of rubber boots. Oh my God, I was so livid, but that's what I learned. It's very hard to be angry at someone if they've just bought you an amazing cheesecake. You know, it's like, fuck Steve, that's really bad. Oh, that's good cheesecake though, I'm torn. But Nikki's livid. Like, she hates Steve, can't stand him. To the point where I actually put a photo of Steve in the kitchen. Right, so now whenever Nikki and I have a fight, I kind of lure the fight to the kitchen so that Steve's over my right shoulder. So she can't get too mad at me knowing there's a worse man on the wall. But now she's like, well, it's not his fault. He's got attention deficit disorder. Fuck you, Steve. You keep hurting me, Steve. Fucking school back home in Australia getting all that sweet ADD pussy. Fuck you, Steve. And I want one. I want my doctor to go, "I'm sorry, Adam, you have SPD. That's shitty personality disorder. Yes, your personality will get shittier and shittier as you age. It's all right, I've given Nikki a pamphlet. The final page says it's not your fault." Okay, so that's what you want. That way when Nikki's like, "Hey Adam, how come you keep opening up the new cheese before finishing the old cheese?" Well, it's not my fault, honey, is it? It's the SPD. No? It's the same reason there are toenails somewhere in the house. I clipped them like you wanted me to, I put them in a nice little pile like you wanted me to, but then my phone rang and now I don't know where the toenails are. It's not my fault. It's a shitty personality disorder. Isn't that right? That said, if all my faults were just cheese and toenails, I think Nikki would be over the moon. I'll get a bit deeper than that. Got anger issues, get quite angry. But weirdly, like, I don't get angry over social injustice. Like, I do for like a minute, might press like on Facebook, but that's kind of me. But if I burn my hot cross bun, I lose my shit. Right? I'll be in the kitchen going, "Damn it! Christ, why? Again?" You know, Nikki runs in, "What's your problem? What happened?" "I burnt my hot cross bun. It was in there for like 30 seconds and now it's burnt." Now, there may be a psychologist in the room right now looking at that scenario going, "Come on, Adam, I think you'll find it's not really about the hot cross bun, is it? It's about something far, far deeper than the hot cross bun." I'm here to say, no, that is exactly about the hot cross bun, right? More specifically, the sultanas within the hot cross bun. Do those things retain heat or what? Now you try and save your burning hot cross bun, you end up with a fucking burn finger on your index finger, like some kind of weird karma for turning your wife into a burns victim prior to the joke. But you know what I mean? Like, it's too hot. Now we're all spending thousands of pounds on insulation. I'm telling you, put 4 sultanas up there. 10 minutes in the microwave and you're good for winter, I think. Problem is though, these are my traits, right? How can I say this? You ever hear your mum or your dad's voice in yours and it freaks you out a bit? You know, because you go, "Oh my God, I'm turning to them." Well, my dad makes this sound, he goes, for no reason. I think it's the sound he makes when he wants people to think he's listening. But he'll do it in a room by himself. Like some kind of weird bovine smoke detector with a flat battery. And And I remember hearing that going, there is no way I'm ever making that sound. 20 years later, oh Jesus, it's happening. Now whenever I hear my dad's voice in mine, I just do this, I just go. Because my dad never did that, right? There's no way I can end up like my dad if I just get... bit crazy, right? Problem is, what did I see Hugo doing the other day? It's happening. It's happening. God knows what his moves are going to be. I don't know. His teacher pulled Nikki and I aside from school. It's about Hugo. He's been touching himself. It could be an infection. We'd like it to stop. Now, in front of the teacher, Nikki turns to me and goes, he gets that from you. Now, yes, maybe he does. Maybe I do dabble from time to time, right? But I think men will identify with this. I think it's just something that we do. Like, you know when it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're on the couch watching some bullshit TV show, and your thumb's inside your foreskin just rotating around the head of your penis. It's not sexual, it just feels good, you know? It's like nature's Prozac, a little pick-me-up, you know? Watching a show about real estate you can't quite afford. You know, just do a couple of extra laps, that's all you... No? I think you're lying. Oh, Hugo's doing it, and I'm getting the blame. Probably right to say. Can't put that on SP Day. It's just me trying to cope with life. But it's sad, man. He used to be so innocent, so beautifully innocent, my son. Like to the point where he spent a year walking around with a pet tomato. Like, that's true. Like, it's like, oh my God, that is so adorable. / he might be autistic. We're not really sure. So gorgeous. You know, gave it a name, called it Marty the tomato. You know, used to keep it in a basket by the TV, and every day he'd run down and pick up Marty. You know, and that was it. He was away with Marty for the rest of the day. To the point on 2 occasions we went to the supermarket, and the person behind the counter said, "Oh, you're going to have to pay for the tomato." Like, oh, you don't understand, mate. It's his pet. His pet tomato. It's called Marty, actually. And on 2 occasions, they haven't believed me. Like I made the story up just so I could steal tomato. It's not going to be a fucking pet tomato, is it? It's going to be a pet T-bone steak. You know? A pet bottle of Verve. You know what I mean? If those two work, maybe a pet TV with a decent resale value. Yeah, so beautiful, such a great face. But he was, just before he started school, that holiday where we got broken into, went down the coast, right? That holiday was terrible for Hugo. Not only did we get broken into when we got back, but he lost Marty. Couldn't find it, you know. He was just devastated. It was the end of Marty. And I felt awful, because just before we left that trip, I put Marty into a BLT. Yeah, usually you can replace him, but we had to hit the road right early. So the worst bit is, I wrapped it in Glad wrap and fed it back to him like a prick. That doesn't leave the den, okay? Don't put that shit on social media. Right? I don't want him going through my feed in 10 years' time going, "It was you!" So now he started school, right? He's at school, been there a bit, he's got these kids. Some of these kids are fucking insane, right? They're just crazy kids. There's some parents of the children, I'm not talking about your kids. There's some friends in, not your kids are cool. But some kids are like, fucking, they pull his tie and he's got his lunch trying to flip it up like that. It's like, they're fucking high on sugar, right? I blame the parents. I do. Ever have that parent that in front of you and your kid goes, "Is it alright if you have some sweets?" Well, I guess it's fine, because if it's not, you've just made me the asshole. Thank you very much for that. Is it all right if I put your kid on a treadmill? Your kid's a bit fat and unruly for my liking. You said, "Time on a treadmill." No, don't do that. That doesn't go down well. Well, I'm a bit of a sugar Nazi, because I used to be a nurse, right, which I never should have become. I'm not a very compassionate person at all, right? I've got into nursing for all the wrong reasons. I got into nursing for the money. Isn't that fucking ridiculous? That's stupid. Getting into nursing for the money is like becoming an accountant for the vibe, right? It's just... it's the dumbest thing I've done, and I put aftershave on my balls twice. But I've seen how bad the sugar is. You know, it's epidemic, man. Diabetes is such a big problem. But you know what the problem with it is? No one takes it seriously, and I think it's because of the name. Diabetes, it's too happy. It doesn't convey the severity of the disease. You know what I mean? Like cancer is a scary word. It sounds scary. It kind of sounds like a sideways moving clusterfuck. You know? If you're alone in a forest and you heard cancer, what the fuck is that? But diabetes kind of sounds like a Greek island, doesn't it? Where you off to this summer, Adam? I'm going to diabetes! Yeah, Nicky wants to learn how to windsurf. Apparently they've got a good program down there. No, not really my thing. I'm just going to hit the bars, get blind and legless. You know how it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Goes the other way though, because gingivitis is just irritated gums. It sounds like you're going to get chased by a redhead carrying an egg beater. I'm terrified, right? I'm terrified. The point where that mum and the son came around our house, my turf. Right? I said, "Hey Tom, you want a pear, mate?" And the mum goes, "Oh, don't even bother. He won't eat a pear. We can't get him to eat fruit at all." I'm like, what? You can't get your kid to eat fruit? No, we tried, he just won't do it. Really? In the 40s, we taught kids how to wear gas masks. Eat the fucking pear, Tommy. You know what I mean? In the 80s in Australia, we had a campaign called Slip, Slop, Slap, and about sun awareness and sun protection. We basically raised a generation of vitamin D deficient, depression-prone bats who just sit in front of the TV all day and screech their way through life. You know? Eat the fucking pear, Tommy. You know what I mean? My parents took me to church every Sunday and convinced me that a dead guy hanging from a stick was my Lord and Saviour. Eat the fucking pear, Tommy. Swallow it like I swallowed Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Manipulate your children. Do what you have to do. Put a parent across if it works. Huh? Why is there a parent across, Dad? Because he died for your sins. Now eat the fucking pear. Taking note for an I can't do it. Fuck you. Anyway, that's too much. So again, if it was just toenails, cheese and anger, I think it should be alright. My problems get worse, man. Alright, here, this is where I'm going to lose about half of you. You ever been in that situation where your partner's on the edge of the bed crying? But you're not in that mood? You know what I mean? Like, it's probably going, I wonder if I can turn this around. How can we go from consoling to cunnilingus? I think about sex all the time. Really, like 40% of my brain is just dedicated to dirty sexual thought. You know, like I want you fucking working my balls, I want you on my fucking ass, I want you to stick my finger in your tongue right at my fucking ass, I want you to put your milk cunt right at my fucking face. You go down her, you go down him. Oh, you at the back, fuck a dolphin. Why not? It's my imagination, no one gets hurt. 40% of the time, right? So, sorry about that spit in the face. Essential. 50% of my brain is dedicated to stopping those thoughts, though, from going public, right? I'm basically running on 10% brain. It's a miracle I'm here. Really. Now, sometimes, though, the 50% isn't strong enough to stop the 40%. Okay. There's a certain amount of time, right, between when your wife's dad dies and when you can introduce a vibrator into the marriage. Now, I'm not sure what that perfect amount of time is. I do not know the answer to that one. But what I can say, quite honestly, quite truthfully, is it is definitely more than 3 days. If you take anything from this show, just take that little fact away. In fact, judging by the looks I got, I'd give days 4, 5 and 6 a miss as well. They were pretty rough days.
Maybe it just weren't big enough.
No, I don't think that's the case, man. She's just dying. Her dad died, man. That's what the point is. I don't know any man who's big enough to fucking fuck grief away. Fucking loud mouth cunt. Right. Where was I? Never had that before. That's quite hilarious. Anyway. The 50% couldn't stop the 40%, and then more words came out. I was like, oh, we can always get a butt plug for when your mum dies. Because she was a pain in the ass. But I grew to love her. Fuck off, that is a quality joke, people. That has depth. I've never had a butt plug up my ass, I just wrote it for that joke. Me, I'm not a butt plug guy, I'm a pinky at Christmas, but that's a fucking quality joke. You've grown that all your life, Jesus H. Tell you what, that was awkward down there at the sex store. My lord. So what kind of vibrator are you after, sir? Do you have one that will help my wife get over the death of Oh, the Grievinator? Yeah, sure. Yeah, this will do the trick. It's just like the Terminator, but with a different catchphrase. I won't be back. You know, the weird thing is, if my dad died, and Nikki went, would you like a blowjob? I'm like, absolutely! Yes! I can put that grief on hold. In fact, I think it's what my dad would have wanted. Okay, now, that's phase 2 done. Now this is where you do the bucket speech, right? This is a free friend, right? So it's free to get in, you make a donation on the way out, okay? Now this, I said to a mate, I've never really done it before, I said, when do you do the bucket speech? That's what it's called. And he said, oh, the really uplifting bit in your show. Now I don't really have a really uplifting bit in the show, so I just put it here. Right, now there are big shows, big venues around town. Those shows are anywhere between 10 and 15 quid. Now, I think this is a great show. I think this is worth anywhere between 70 and 80 quid. No, I think the show's worth 10 quid. I really do. I think it's a fucking great show. We've got people standing in the back listening around. Don't run away, guys. In the back, you often do this. The show ends and you go, fuck, get away because you can't get in time. Don't do that. Stay. The least you can do is shake my hand and say thank you. You know, I don't know if you heard the first joke, but you know, genuine interest, thank you. So yeah, do that. It's worth a tenner, I think. And I don't want any silver. Okay, I'm a 40-year-old man. I don't want to be counting 5s and 10s and 20s. I just don't. You know, and the show's called How Not to Kill Yourself when living in the suburbs. Think about that in that scenario, counting change. You know. And then another thing, if I do jump in the river, I don't want to be weighed down by the metal. You know what I mean? It costs a lot to be here too. And I'm so close to breaking even, I can't fucking tell you how it's saying. I get to go home and go, I made 20 quid. No, it does. It's expensive. And we worked it out before we left. I could have taken everyone in my family to Hawaii. I think I'm an absolute prick. So each night I send them, I deliver them a Hawaiian pizza. Just let them know I'm thinking about it. Want to chunk a tenner and keep that old joke going, please go. I'm not going to go, we're not going to go to, you know what, I don't even like holidays, I don't. That holiday in Spain was amazing, but it was shit because it was amazing. You know, we work all year and we go away to somewhere nice for a week. It's weird, don't you think? No, I went to Spain, man, with Nikki, and I'm just eating food I've never had before. It's in my mouth, I can feel this new taste. I'm like, oh, honey, you've got to try this. And I just shove it straight in her face. And she's like, oh, like that. And I'm like, oh, like that. And there's a little joke that we have between us, right, that no one ever fucking gets. But, you know, then we're in Spain, so we're having a siesta. Now, you don't know how amazing it is when you have children that aren't there and you get to sleep during the day. You're like, ha, ha, ha! Here we go! Hey! We're going to do it! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! But you can't because you're too excited, right? So you have daytime sex, the best sex there is. Beautiful sunlight streaming through. You know, you let your 40% run free. You know, she's not really into the dolphin. I'm working on it. You go out that night, you have tappers, and you're dancing to music you've never heard before. I remember saying to Nikki at the time, I was like dancing, and I was just overwhelmed, like, ha ha ha! Honey, this is the life! I found it! This is it! This is it! You know, but it wasn't. It was a glimpse of the life. Because guarantee you, back on Tuesday morning, I'm at Lytton Airport on my way to fucking Bedford, you know? And someone goes, oh, how's your holiday, mate? I go, it's great, but now I'm here talking to you. I said, Nick, I don't want to go to a nice place on holiday. You know, that's backwards, you know? I want to go somewhere shit. You know, next holiday, I want to go to Baghdad. You know, pack your bags, honey, we're going to go to 4 days in Fallujah with the all-inclusive. You know, that way when Nikki, someone says, hey, how's your holiday? I go, oh, it was fucking awful. Yeah, Nikki got blown up by a barrel bomb. Nikki got shot at by a sniper. We thought, fuck, we've got to get out of here. So we hid in a truck, right? I spent 3 days in the arch wheel of a truck just watching the words Goodyear float around like that. Finally made our way to Turkey, got on the edge of Turkey, had to hop in a dinghy with 50 other people, just paddling over trying to get to fucking diabetes, right? Trying to get there, 8 people drowned. It was horrible, horrific, terrible. It was exactly what we needed. What do you think? Because you get Syrian refugees, they come to Bedford, and they're not like Bedford, they're like, Bedford! Yes! I'm like, fuck, I want what they've got. You know? Without the trauma. Always weirds people out that bit, I'm not sure why. Doesn't matter. We're not going on holiday. I'm coming back next year because I love it so much. I do. Not Bedford, Edinburgh. I do, I love it. This is how much I love Edinburgh. You know that when you've got to get up in the morning but you don't really want to get up? It's what society wants. Society's doing it to you. Like you literally, your body's so tired, you try and open up your eyes, right, with your eyebrows. I can't do it, got to bring the hand in. Bring the hand in. Pop, there it is. You unlock your eyebrow, right? You peer over the clock, this side of your face looks like it's had a stroke. And then you see the clock. It's actually 3 a.m. And I can sleep for another 2.5 hours. Well, that feeling of knowing you can sleep for another 2.5 hours, that's how happy I am to be here right now. Like a man who can dream again. I love sleep. I'm good at it. I am thinking about going pro. You ever had one of those jobs though where you've got to get up early but your partner gets to sleep in to the point where they sort of mock you with their sleeping? Now I know within the depths of my soul that the right thing to do in that situation is to let them sleep. But part of me is like, fuck you, not today. I remember one time I picked up a shoe and I just threw it at the window. Nikki's like, oh God, what was that? What was that? Oh no, nothing baby, just a dumb pigeon must have flown into the window. Anyway, you're up now, honey. Can I get you something? Like a cup of tea or a job? Can I do it? Can I get you a job, sweetheart? No, you're going to keep on sleeping? That's fantastic. I'm just going to go out there and try not to throw myself in front of the morning train. And you do that bullshit walk to the morning train. Got this much of your eye on. Your legs are taking you there on memory alone. And you're mad. You're furious. Like, fuck you, world. Fuck you. We put a man on the moon. We put a machine on Mars. Surely we've done enough as a society to let my body get the sleep it requires. Sound, watertight argument. Problem is, no one's going to hear it. If they were, they'd think you're crazy. Why? It's 5:45 in the morning. You got birds yelling at you because you're waking them up. You got birds like, it's the only bird I've got. Now you're like talking, arguing with a bird. Like, oh, sorry, Mr. Bird.
Sorry to ruin the setup of the day. It's just that society wants me to be a go-getter. I've got to go out and get things and bring them back and go, hey, look what I got. Last week we bought ourselves a bin with a flippy lid. We already had a bin, we had to reach down and take the lid off. Not good enough for our household. Now we can just do it with our foot. We'll call it the flippy bin lid, and I can't tell you the joy it's brought to our household. Next week we're going to get ourselves a 3D digital camera. We've already got a 2D camera, but we'd like to document our happiness in higher definition.
You're right, I'm a moron. I walk the train like the moron that you are. Get there, there's only about 8 other people there, all thinking the same thing. Why? Or having that extra thought, maybe today I'll do it. I get a fucking accident. Then you hear that announcement. The 6:10 train to London has been delayed. We apologise for the inconvenience. How shit is your life? You can't even kill yourself on a Tuesday. You know why the train's delayed? Someone jumped in front of the 5:30 train. There's more of a go-getter in death than you were, you dickhead. Pull up your fucking socks and kill yourself properly tomorrow, okay? That's for now, get the next train. Now you're at work, you're late. You know that guy lives for pointing out you're late? Like he gets off on it.
You're late, Adam. What's your excuse, man? We all made on. Sally, do you make it on to Sally made it on time? Johnny's been here since 6:30. Johnny made it on time, Adam. Greg made it on time. What's your excuse? I don't know, Brian. What is my excuse? I think my excuse is this, man. I think I was just sitting back, right, just contemplating the expansion of the universe, yeah, and all the billions upon billions of years it took for you to evolve into a complete fucking asshole. You're an asshole, Brian. I'm 5 minutes late. Relax.
Of course, you don't say any of that, do you? Keep that in, let that turn into heart disease. Which is really making it look like an accident. I had a serious job though once when I had to get up early when I was a nurse. But there are people out there who I think are the real heroes, not the nurses. They're good people. Right? But the people who have shitty jobs, say your name's Greg and you're working in a Tic Tac factory, you know, that's how your life's going. You're in a Tic Tac factory. Maybe your wife left you, you don't get to see your kids as much as you like, you live under a flight path, your neighbour's an aggressive alcoholic, and some fuckhead is having a crack at you for being late. Now they're the heroes, the people who just don't lose it. I don't know how they don't. Because if someone went, hey Greg, come on man, this is a Tic Tac factory, this is bullshit. There are people out there with the breath of a human, let's go! I'd fucking lose it. I'd just pick up the gun. Fuck you for taking Tic Tac so seriously. You say bad breath, I say garlic's good for you. Mints for pussies! But rarely does Greg do that, and I think that's amazing. You know what I mean? I think it's time we started acknowledging some of the powers people choose not to exert. You know what I mean? I don't get why we knighted Andy Murray. Why? His reward is he's good at tennis. He's Andy fucking Murray. It doesn't need to be called Sir Andy Murray. This may not be the crowd. Right, but I just wish the Queen would go, hey Greg, man, life's pretty tough, you got shit for being late. Sir Greg for a week, there you go, just lift the spirits. Just have an Employee of the Month Queen, you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Drives me crazy. You've got to acknowledge those dark thoughts that people choose not to exert. Like, you know when you're making dinner and you're like cutting up some food, you ever look at your partner and go, man, I could totally pop that in the throat. Right? Never do it, right? You would never, ever, ever do it. I'm not a bad person. I'm not. But you've got to acknowledge that it's in you. I think. You know, I said to Nikki the other day, I said, honey, I just want to say thank you for not smothering me at night with a pillow. And you know what Nikki's response was? Oh, thanks, honey, that means so much. Yeah, it's a lot harder than you think. You've got to acknowledge these dark thoughts. It's really cathartic, I think. And a lot of people go after the show, oh, you must have a really pretty bad relationship with your wife. Like, no, I've got a great relationship with my wife. You know, so much so we never posted about it on Facebook. You know, that's how good my relationship with my wife is. You know, you see people go, oh, I love my husband so much. No, that relationship has 6 months to go. We've got a great relationship. We had a rough patch there for a bit when we were too screen orientated. You know, she used to close her laptop. I thought it was foreplay. You sure, honey? You sure? Because if you close yours, I'll close mine. No, you're hopping on your Kindle. Brilliant. Okay, I'll just keep Googling conspiracy theories. There we go. But I will say this, I don't know what the point of this show is, but if you're in a bad relationship, can I just say end it? It's not uplifting, I know that, but realistic maths is, we weren't taught it. I could name 8 couples on my street who just should not be together. Just, you look at them, fuck, they're dead behind the eyes. You know what I mean? Sally across the road always wears a lime green coat because her husband won't look at her anymore. Steve up the road, married for fucking money, now he's trapped in a double glazed coffin. You know? Hides behind Apple products and financial magazines, but he's gone. He's dead on the inside. End it. I think it should be on the NHS. You know, you go to a doctor and check out the lump on your chest. What about the lump on the couch? Oh, Doc, I've got this lump on the couch. It's just getting bigger and darker around the edges there. I tried eating better and exercising, but it just made that lump angrier. And I thought maybe it's my problem. Maybe I need to learn to love the lump. You know? But now there are 2 other little fucking lumps next to it. End it. A lot of comics want to bring people together. No. Not me. I want to be happy until people get divorced. I mean that. Because the end, I've seen the end as a nurse, I've seen it, it's pretty bleak. You know, you get these, and the kids aren't prepared for their parents to die. You've got these, you know, women and men in their 40s, and their parents are dying, and they just can't handle it because they never thought about the darkness. You know, you've got these, as a nurse, you see it all the time, these kids going, why is my mum still in bed? How come she's yellow? She needs a shower. You know, they're fully aggressive, right? You're like, as a nurse, you're like, well, she's still in bed because she's 85 and dying. All right? She's yellow because she spent the last 40 years waterboarding herself with gin. Okay? Considering she looks and acts a lot like a goldfish, you're lucky I didn't flush her down the toilet. Yeah, that's way too far. Don't do that. Don't say that. Well, I think euthanasia, and I think that's a real topic that's going to come out, and we've got to acknowledge that we at least need to have a proper discussion about that. Because old people, they definitely want to go. It's just their kids and technology keep them alive. Well, you know, every year on the news you get this story. Some 100-year-old lady decides to go skydiving because she's still got the zest. No, she doesn't. You look closely, when she jumps out of that aeroplane, there's no parachute. And she's wrapped. She's like, woo, it's over! Oh, God. The final humiliation. Foiled by my own skin. Fuck off. Fuck yeah, come on. Not that bad, because you also get this scenario. You get this scenario about euthanasia, you know? You get this obese person walking up to McDonald's like... And the person behind the counter says, can I help you? Now, if that's not an assisted suicide, I don't know what the fuck is. Oh, yeah, I'll have the Dignitas, please. Yeah, can I have the Dignitas with fries? Thank you. Fuck off. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no great way to end other than to end. If I can say one thing, go and see Finn Taylor at the Tron, go and see Nick Cody at the Assembly, and go and see Damien Powell and Marcus Leconte, the Frenchman, who's hilarious. Thank you very much. I've been Adam Vince. I'll see you at the back. Thank you so much. Cheers.